Hello everybody! So I made a post on Facebook saying that since I've been in Korea for 6 months now, I figured I'd make a video updating you on how life has been here. Yeah. So Rebecca asked, hi Rebecca, asked if my expectations had been met or not, and I don't think I had a lot of expectations. It was mostly like the same couple of things that I worried about before coming, like people mentioning how tall I was and saying that I should get plastic surgery and stuff like that, but I think that was stereotypical thinking, since Korea is really big on plastic surgery, but no one has told me that I need to get my nose fixed and that I'm too tall or whatever. They just say, oh, you're very tall. But it's not, it's like people that I'm getting to know, not like random strangers that tell me that I'm really tall. It's I get it a lot from my students. They're like, oh, teacher's so tall, teacher's so tall. And I'm like, yes, you are so short, and you are so short. Yeah, a lot of things have to do with my appearance as a Westerner. A lot of it comes from my students, actually. And not from, like, random strangers on the street. Now I think about it, that was, like, a really silly thing to be worried about. I think another thing was that people would want to speak English to me, because I kept reading about it online from other people's experiences, and it happens from time to time, not as often as I thought it would. I've gotten, like, these, like, random, like, in the elevator, even in where I live here, in the elevator, or walking through the subway once, or just riding on the subway, riding on the train, random people saying hi, hello, good morning, in English, and a couple of times people have tried to start conversations with me, and I'll be sitting on the subway with my headphones in, doing, playing on my tablet or something, and they will start talking to me in English or Korean, and I am not doing something that would invite conversation. I am obviously, I'm listening to music, I'm focused on something else, like, don't talk to me. But I'd be polite about it, and if they're talking to me in Korean, I'm like, oh, I don't know any Korean, don't talk to me. And if it's English, then, I'll be polite about it. Yeah. So I think, as far as expectations go, that's all I can remember thinking about. Oh, and I thought that a lot of Korean guys would be, just really trying to get to know me so they can go out with me, just so they can say that they've gone out with a foreigner. And a lot of the guys, not that there's been a lot, but, the guys that have been trying to go out with me are really creepy guys. They're creepy. I had one guy, I had been talking to a group of people, and we had been hanging out, and we went and we had dinner, and then as the afternoon wore on, people kept having to leave, but this guy kept sticking around, and he did not know a lot of English at all, and he just kind of kept following me, and finally I said goodbye to the last person in the group other than this guy, and I had to go down to the subway, and he had to go down to the subway, I was like, okay, that's cool. And there were like 3 different lines that were leaving from the same station. There were 3 different trains. And I had to go one way, and when I had to go through the turnstile to get to my train, he stayed there, and I said, oh, goodbye. I'll see you later. Even though he'd been really creepy. I went down to my train, and I went and sat, waiting for the train, and I see him coming, and he sat next to me, and I said, oh, you're riding this train. I thought you were riding a different train. And there was some, like, confusion in, like, language confusion or something. And I was like, okay, this guy's really, really creepy. And so the train finally comes, and I go to get on the train, and I figured, oh, I only have to, stick around with him for a couple of stops or something, and then he'll leave. And he'll, like, change trains or something. So I got on the train, but he didn't get on. He just followed me down there to the platform, and he didn't get on the train. It was so creepy. So yeah, I get guys who want to, like, get to know me, but they're creepy. I've dated these kinds of people, or gone on a date with these kinds of people in America too. They're creepy. Why do these guys want to get to know me? I don't want these kinds of guys dating me or wanting to date me. They're creepy. Go away. So anyway, yeah, my appearance, wanting to speak English with me, and dating. I think that was it. I think those were like the 3 major things that I was worried about. Other than that, I tried to come to Korea without any expectations, because, what I see on TV or the computer and what I listen to in the music and isn't always an accurate representation of a country, just like, with American TV, isn't always an accurate representation of America. So I tried to come to Korea with an open mind. Yes. And then Deborah wants to know what parts of Korea I enjoy. And maybe the parts of the culture that I enjoy. I really like the gift giving, because I like getting free things. At work, if a parent is really happy, or a parent is feels sorry for a teacher, they will give gifts to their child's teacher, and that teacher will share it with the rest of the office. Or maybe our director, like the principal of our school, the director thinks that we're having like an extra hard time because we have extra work that we have to do. We'll get like free lunch, and stuff like that. So that's really nice. And then I've brought in things for the other teachers, just saying like, oh, I understand your culture, and here I've brought something to share with everybody. So I like that part of Korean culture. I like how clean the subway is. I'm not sure if that really counts. I've been on New York City subways, and I've been on the DC subway, and they're both like kind of dirty and nasty and just gross. Korean subways are really, really clean. The subways are clean. The people who ride the subways, not always clean. Because I've seen people cough into their hand and hold on to a bar, like hold on to the railing or the overhead thing. That's kind of gross. But the subway itself is clean. There's no like awkward stains on anything, or like it doesn't look dirty. So I like that. I like how close everything is to me, but I think that's like the fact that I live like an hour away from the city, and so it's conveniently close. I can just get on the subway and go to wherever. So I like that convenience. What else? Koreans are really polite here, unless they're being racist, which has happened, but overall, they're very polite, and I like that. And when I say polite, I mean like when you go into a store, they always say hello. When you leave the store, they always say goodbye, and those types of greetings that they're supposed to do. I know there's other things that I like about Korea. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Yeah. So, it has not been a bad experience. It's been an interesting experience. One that I'm glad that I'm getting to experience. I'm glad that I came to Korea. Even if the teaching aspect can be really stressful at times. Some of the students are really great. Some of them are a pain. But comes with the territory. Not everyone's going to be an angel. So yeah. I'm glad I got to come. And I have 6 more months. So I'm going to be making a second video of some of the things that if you're coming to Korea that people probably haven't told you about. That, like, things that you wouldn't expect to be aware of. So, this is the end of this video. Bye! I love you guys!